Okay, so we're going to be continuing with our Mousillon campaign. Yep, last time we were... What? Last time we were beginning to attack the rest of Bretonnia, since they weren't going to vassalize with me from the looks of it, so we're just going to have to get rid of them completely. So, if that's the way things have to be, that's the way things have to be. Right. Along with dealing with Bretonnia. Because we'd taken Castle Baston, and we'd taken Bordeleaux. So I think we continue against Bretonnia. I'd also like to get to work on the Empire. I'm back. I am. And I'm bigger than a bread box. 3 bread boxes even. Let's see. So yeah, I'd like to get started on going for the Empire. We can use Marienburg as our foothold for there. There is a fortress to deal with. Helmsgard, is it? Oh, pardon me. And I don't know. I like the forts. Yeah, see suggestions for the emote? Yeah, I've seen them. Let's see. Arabia Prospectors. I do have to subscribe to that mod. And one of Carl France. Are you a god? Sure. I could do one of Carl France. I'm not sure how I'd do the other one. Because text is difficult to do in 28 by 28 pixels. So... I was just talking about emotes which I could have for my channel. I've done a variety of them. Getting these slots full. Also, Decompose, the guy who made the expanded roster mods, is working on updating the Sounds Marienburg overhaul. Yes, I saw that. That's good. I actually played a little bit of the Marienburg overhaul before it wasn't updated, and was that a thing in Warhammer Total War, the first one, and then it wasn't updated for the second one or something? But I'm glad that's getting updated and ported over to Warhammer 2 or brought back, because what I remember, that was quite good. Also, just, you know, extra faction. I could use the Are You a God voice line for a subscriber follower notification. Possibly. Possibly. I'm not too keen on the idea of having audio thingies like that. I feel that they can get too distracting. At least for the people who watch my videos later on YouTube. So I will have a 2 series, it's quite popular. Sort of having to balance both of them. Myself personally, I watch a lot of streams on YouTube after the fact, because a lot of people who I like to watch don't stream at times, which is easy. Live. Also, I kind of like watching offline, the streams afterwards because I can stop and start whenever I want, and I find Twitch is a little bit of a pain for that. Also, that it doesn't keep streams around for too long; it deletes them after a while. Yeah, I mean, some people I watch have a lot of alerts and all that. It's also part, I think, too many alerts interrupt the flow of the... It's sort of like constantly distracting the streamer. I mean, I'm getting distracted at the moment, but nothing's going on. But if it's like calling out subscription followers and all that, which is nice that they, you know, people could do that, and it's nice that they acknowledge things like that. However, I feel I'd get distracted and lose the flow of commentary and all that, and forget what I'm supposed to be doing a bit too much. But, you know, I feel fine for suggesting it. I'm not trying to put people off from throwing suggestions my way already. There's a mod that adds landships for Marybird. I think I saw that model. Let me just have a look at this. I apologize for this, but I'm going to have a... checking mods during the streams, since they get suggested during the stream, is kind of a thing that I do, so... Oh, this is a war altars. This is the landships. Yeah, I think I saw the model for the landship. It was looking pretty good. Modders are able to are more often adding models to the game. I think it just requires 3ds Max, and they have to run the models which they want to import past Creative Assembly first. Another big element of it is, I think, for ease, they have to have created the models themselves, is the best bet, because I think there was a mod which adds bears to the game, but something about the model was owned by someone else, and they didn't specifically say that they had free reign to use the model, so the mod ended up getting pulled. Which is fine. Games Workshop and Creative Assembly want to be careful of this kind of stuff, and wouldn't want the modding community to vanish because of that. Let's see. More war altars. There's one with a big angel with a sword on it. You know, the skull angels. And there's also one which is a Shrine of Ulrich, which has a big wolf, silver wolf on it, and it's pulled by 2 horses and a guy with a big axe on it. I'm just looking at the screenshots on the Steam page. And I like that the more war altar one is pulled by flagellants instead of horses. That's kind of hilarious. It reminds me, I saw a picture of Archaon on a chariot being on a chariot, and the charioteer was one of the mirror chosen for Chaos, and the chariot was being pulled by Sigval. But yeah, this mod, if people want to check it, is called More War Altars by Chaos Roby. I haven't actually seen it. It's interesting. Destroyed mods are coming soon. Models are coming soon. Okay. Undead debuffing aura for the War Altar of More, and 3 casts of the spell Doom and Darkness. The War Altar of Uruk has a melee buffing aura, and 3 casts of a new spell, Blessing of the Blood Hand, which boosts melee damage, but also gives the Rampage attribute. Both altars are fairly good melee combatants and have a psychology cancelling aura. Units are recruitable through the temple building chain by any Empire faction. Not ideal, but adding in new buildings didn't seem worth it. I can understand that. I mean, the temple building kind of really doesn't do too much. It allows you to get warrior priests, does it? And possibly flagellants? That's about it. Doesn't really give you too much. Mostly for the corruption thing. For the corruption reduction. What did other streamers do here? There's a calm time. Yep. It's sort of a toss-up. I mean, some streamers I watch read out things. Other streamers I watch don't read them out. Though they're still appreciative. You could say for the other ones because they're so large, they just can't because there's so many. But I don't know. Anyway, yes, we just taken Bordeleaux and Castle Baston, and we were looking to take Aquitaine. That's right, we were at the start of a new turn. We were. And we were using Chiara Dubois here, our Dark Prophetess, and enjoying the increase in our income. Cassian de Parravon is moving over to Gisero. I want to build walls there. What are you going to do? You could go either up to Gisero or Castle Baston. You might be able to siege Gisero. When it's so close, I think he's within range to siege it. And I don't think he's in range to siege Castle Baston. It's at a point. You can sort of be close enough that even though you're just out of range, you can still siege it. It's there's another mod. The landships mod. Marienburg landships. Well, I'll have a look at this in a bit. And the Celestial thing. I do have the Celestial Hurricanum mod added. So if the Empire gets one of them, we should be able to see one. I could also go to war with the Empire to have a look at them. If they have them, that is. Turn 56, they might not have them yet.
You dare.
I do dare! You are going to get... what? What's this army made up of? Peasants. Pole arms.
My sire.
Get them. And... get crit ghouls. Go. Okay, because better infantry rather than getting more large monsters. Go there.
I thirst.
You can move over to here and continue channeling. Does channeling in an army improve the winds of magic power if they reinforce? Somehow I don't think so. Region strong. No, it doesn't. Okay. It's only affecting... or does it? I mean, it's saying there. Am I choosing which faction or which... I don't know. I don't think it combines them. I don't actually know how the game works with the regards to the winds of magic in such a situation. I always just put them in that just because if it does. It'll be nice if it does. Okay, what's Aquitaine look like? Ooh, unique map. Sure. Play this. We'll be able to rampage and break down the gates. And this is a fun one. This is the one with the tower in the middle, which has trebuchets in it, which chuck cows. I think we've actually seen this one when I'm playing as a when we were doing our Vangeist campaign, which I need to do that again. I was enjoying playing as the ghostly armies of Vangeist, but mods updated, so the campaign wasn't able to continue. Sad times. Unfortunate, but oh well. I'll probably look at another faction before I do that one, though. So we're continuing with Mousillon a bit longer. This is actually the 6th episode, but... Sasha Armistead. Shh. Quiet. Sasha is asleep. I need to do a Skaven campaign or with the Of Men and Monsters mod. I had a look at that. I do like that it adds giant rats, rat swarms. The, what's it called? I think it adds, like, brood rats, which weren't really a unit. I think they might have been a, Forge World model. I would like to see giant rats added to the Skaven. Because they were... There was sort of like a thing which you use alongside the rat ogres, because giant rats and rat ogres had movement 6, which was 1 higher than your basic Skaven unit, and you use both of them as like flanking in lieu of having light cavalry. So you'd use the giant rats for the numbers and the rat ogres for the muscle. But that really, the giant rats are the only thing missing from the Skaven army. That and rat swarms, if you're being specific. But I think that's about it, really. Yeah, I'm surprised the warp grinder got added. I wasn't expecting that. It's neat how they've done it. But out of any of the weapons teams, I was expecting the warp grinder to be the least likely. Okay. Oh, we've only got one unit of ghostly knights. Oh well. Though I'm happy to have Jezzails added in the Ikit DLC, as well as Poison Wind Mortars. They're pretty cool. Rattling guns, all that good stuff. Okay. No. Thank you. You and you. Okay. Oh, hang on. Yes, on this map, we can't. We can't actually destroy the walls on this map. It's a bit of a pain. These walls I feel we should be able to destroy, because there's no earth behind them. These ones, it makes sense we can't. Because there's, like, rocks behind them, and they're not actually leading into the settlement. But we can't destroy the walls on this map. It's... So you have to use the, attack the gatehouse. Oh well. It's a very nice map. I suppose I'm not too fussed by that, really. I mean, you know... requires you to go about things a bit differently. Okay, move up into that mess up there. Unit list under discussion isn't updated. And the Albino Guard. The Albino Guard are a regiment of renown for the Skaven now, aren't they? I don't know how I feel about that. I always felt that the Albino Guard would be too busy guarding the Council of 13 to really fight. So. Don't worry. Opinions! Opinions of... Opinions of a Skaven player. You're going into the forest. You can go up there. Okay. You are attacking the gate. The gatehouse has been opened up because there's stakes in it. We're actually not hitting the gatehouse because the gates are open. Curse you! They thought their plan out. You two, climb the walls there. Oh, we can't actually climb up the wall. Yeah, we can do there and there. Skellings, go there. Bargolf, go there. You can hear the booms from the tower there, but as it says, it has holes, not cannons, from which rotting carcasses are lodged, and inside there are 8 trebuchets. And if a peasant says they're cannons, the city guard will explain it clearly to him. So, it's trebuchets in there, not cannons. Just sounds like cannons. And the trebuchets are flinging the rocks so hard it just sounds like a cannon. That's how it's working. You know, it's like a, it's a sonic boom. Those cows are breaking the sound barrier. I told you to attack that gatehouse. Go on. Thank you. I'll heal you. You really wish you could put 2 rows of the archers facing the same direction. Yeah, it would be nice. That way you could have the archers behind your infantry. But, oh well. I suppose you could put them here, the way this wall's worked out. That way they'll be able to fire over there. Okay, destroy those defensive spears. And attack the gatehouse. Damn you! Actually, that's a nice... Ooh, look at that! I have a new ability too! Heart piercing! That's right, I got that last time. Sundered armor for 10 seconds. 50% armor piercing damage and 36% charge bonus. Pretty nice. You can actually see the shields of, Bordeleaux. Okay. Assault of Stone. Damn it, skeletons. I didn't want you to climb the ladders. I don't think that Assault of Stone really did that much. Attack that, I suppose. How's this going? Well, you broke through, so attack. Ooh. How about some spooky, what's it called? Spooky nights. Boo! Oh yes, also we're seeing here the rampage which goes off because whenever my Dark Prophetess casts magic, she has Madness of Da, which causes rampaging on allied units. Brain counter. I don't know how much you would know about Skaven, but would I know if there's ever been a female Skaven that wasn't turned into a bloated breeding thing? Not really. All the Skaven females which are mentioned are just the breeders. There's fan creations. There's no real reason why you can't create, like, female Skaven. I mean, you know, people say, whatever, but, you know. What happens about your dudes? At least in, you know, for me, whatever. But in law, no, not really.
As you say. Call the king.
I say not really, but sort of not at all. Has there any mention of escaping in drag? No? Skaven I don't think really care about fashion, so... Aside from armor, Skaven culture is a... culture. Backstab the other person before they backstab you. There's not much to it. It's like that for quite a lot of factions, I suppose. or for the evil factions. There's not that much outside of, like, combat. Wow. Skaven anyway, I suppose. What am I going to do here? Can I resurrect you? Because you're not technically on walls. Yeah, I can. Oh, that's nice. I might not be healing all of them. Well, some of them are peasants, so I can't resurrect the peasants. They're, what's it called? They're disgusting, but they're not undead. You and you. Go over there. Go over there. Oh, my archers have used up all their arrows. Let's say on the book, something on the books that could be. I think the most it ever really mentioned about the Skaven breeders is that this, for the majority of Skaven, they think that they're sort of mindless beasts, but they sort of have a they sort of communicate amongst themselves and possibly have their own, like, culture. They're really... Skaven are not a pleasant race. Living as a Skaven would suck. Being a Skaven would suck. I think they live for a maximum of like 20 years. That's when they die of old age. I think it's about 20 years. 20 or 30 years. All the Council of 13 are alive still just because of Warpstone abuse. Or blessings from the Horned Rat, which keeps them alive. Though some of them, like Nurglich, I think, is replaced periodically by a new member. Hey, look how cavalry has gone up on the walls. Replaced by new Skaven every now and then, because I think it goes up a number, like Nurglich 7th, Nurglich 8th. Not that Skaven really care. But yeah, I think the most about Skaven breeders was that they possibly are able to talk amongst themselves. 50 years, isn't it? I wouldn't know about the fantasy RPG. I always had in mind it was about 20 or 30, but it could be 50. I think the RPG might have done things a bit differently from the rulebook, because Warhammer is not exact. There's going to be contradictions. Things aren't going to be explained in detail enough to, like, flesh out a faction completely. How does the economy work for the Empire? It gives broad, what's it called? Broad strokes, but in the end, it's not really important enough for Games Workshop to have really, gone into great detail to make sure that these factions could exist. The High Elves lose huge amounts of units in every battle, and the famous quote of that, "There is as many High Elves as the plot demands." So, one minute they could lose like 2 and it would be a tragedy. Another one they could lose 1,000,000 and it would be a tragedy. And exact things don't really matter. That's why I'm fine with, like, just make up what you want, because in the end, it's about your own guys. You make your army or your faction or law how you want. Pretty much. Because it was always a background for, you know, doing your own stuff with the hobby. What's this? Constant application of warpstone necrotics from a young age keeps them blissfully ignorant of events that transpire in the underworld, so cloistered away from the rest of the race as some do not learn chittering speech or as proficient in social skill. Also, escape would be believe. Yep, that would be what I was thinking of. That's the thing. It's like Games Workshop would often put little caveats in things so that if you wanted to do something based on it, you could. And it was like keeping it open for the fans of the setting to do what they wanted with it. What is the only thing you found? Escapist slaves live for about 20 years, but most important characters can live way more, 100 plus. I'd imagine being a mix of magic plus warpstone plus other escapist signed. Yeah. Honestly, many of the characters for the Skaven in particular, or for the Skaven on the Council of 13 are still alive solely because they're named characters. This is my reasoning. Like, Warskitter would be alive just because he's Warskitter, and Games Workshop wouldn't want to kill him off and replace him with another character who would be essentially the same person. So that's an out-of-lore explanation for why the characters have lived long. Going into the lore, they'd be alive because of magic, science, blessings of the Horned God, whatever. It's like why Thanquol's alive still, even though he wasn't technically in the blessing of the Horned Rat. Just because he's Thanquol. Keep him alive because he's a named character. It's like Gotrek's curse. He's a character from a popular book series, so he can't die because his series is too good. Even though it's a Slayer and he wants to die. That's getting very meta. Of course, I'm not I'm not saying this in a, you know, definitive, this is how it is. This is just my opinions and reasoning for the whole Warhammer thing. And all that, so. There's also the fact that any Skaven on the Council of 13, when they are to be elected for the position, or when they're, like... I'll just kill off these peasants here. When they're, moving to be considered for the position, they have to touch the Black Pillar. And it's possible that the Black Pillar, when they touch it, if it doesn't kill them, because the Black Pillar, if you touch it and the Horned Rat doesn't deem you worthy, you will outright just become a part of ash. It could actually bless them with longevity, or something like that. But I don't think it was actually ever expanded on, other than being, if someone was worthy, they could touch it. And they would survive if they Horned Rat considered them worthy. Be interesting if Games Workshop decided it was Skaven. Games Workshop to be led by females. I don't know, they could do that. Possibly. Honestly, I don't really think it would really matter. Change too much. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, getting into... Everybody's given characters that aligned with the good factions. No. Not off the top of my head. Skaven are oddly, for a faction which are, For a faction which are as anarchic as Skaven, they're very single-minded in their devotion to the Horned Rat and furthering of the plans of the Skaven race as a whole. There's not really... I don't know what you call it. Rebellion? Rebels of the Skaven faction? Partly because they wouldn't really be accepted anywhere else. Aside from, they just wouldn't really consider it because Skaven consider pretty much every other race to be inferior to them. But they couldn't go into any of the Order factions because, like the Empire, Bretonnia, High Elves, Dwarves, because they all hate the Skaven. And rightly so.
Expand Sylvania's borders.
But yeah, I mean, Skaven can work with the factions, like, individually. Like, you know, it's common for Skaven to contact a noble of the Empire and sort of say, hey, we can give you dirt on your political opponents if you're willing to give us such and such, or help us with such and such, and they'll be gullible and they'll be like, yeah, sure, I've got the better side of the deal here. So... Sure, let's get that. In fact, there's actually... a good book to read for that is Skaven Slayer. One of the Gotrek books, which focuses on the Skaven and Thanquol having a plot to take over the city of Nuln, and as well as them marvelously undermining... Thanquol marvelously undermining all the Skaven's efforts to achieve anything there. We get this. Oh, bugger. Come on.
What do you want? Strike out. Bring me flesh.
That was dumb. I was getting impatient. It also has, the book also has elements of the Skaven, like, well, Thanquol actually manipulating, nobles in the city, or at least one noble in particular in the city to undermine the efforts, so that Skaven could get things done, without drawing too much suspicion. Of course, things didn't go the way that they were supposed to, but...
Undeath Ascendant.
Anyway, I think the closest... This is getting kind of broad, but I think there's a series of Warhammer books which have come out within the last few years for children, which are like Warhammer Adventures or something like that. And I think one of them features a Skaven. It's actually got a human, like a human kid, siding with the Skaven. They're very... You know, they're sort of written for kids, and so, you know, they can't go into the whole the full brutality of like Skaven in the Warhammer world. I think there was one for the Warhammer 40,000 as well.
This better be important.
But there is humans which side with Skaven. There'd be like Doom cultists who would see the Skaven as a race which would be bringing about the end of the world, and they want to be on the side which wins, or they might worship the Horned Rat and hope for his blessing. And Skaven are sort of like, yeah, they're fools, but when they're useful fools, we can use them. Yeah, I think the Skaven haven't only dominated the world because they fight amongst themselves too much. Yeah, that's true for a lot of the factions. In a lot of the Warhammer and Warhammer 40,000, like the Orcs in both settings, it's like, oh, they could easily, if they ever united, they would easily crush all opposition. To a degree, that's true. To another degree, that's also like Games Workshop hyping up the race, So that, you know, if you're playing as a race, you're like, oh, my faction's so cool, they're so unstoppable. Like, it's written, it's like, you know, you get a lot of positive stuff written about the faction in their rulebook. The Necrons are dormant on uncounted worlds, and their forces are so much superior to anything else they go up against that they can easily sweep aside any other factions if they really start putting the effort in. The Eldar are so much more skilled at combat than anyone else. That's amazing that they're able to have any major resistance. All that. The Tyranids, all that the Imperium has gone up against are just scouting groups, and when the main battle groups come, then everyone's pretty much screwed. You want non-aggression pact? Nah. No, you has it coming. Does Skaven survive the end times? So they're in Age of Sigma? They are. Skaven are in Age of Sigma. I think they what happened to them? I think they succeeded in, like, calling the Horned Rat down, and the Horned Rat... I can't remember exactly what happened. The Horned Rat becomes one of the Chaos Gods. Like, officially. I think it becomes the 4th Chaos God because Slaanesh gets captured by the Elves and imprisoned. But the other 3 Chaos Gods don't like the Horned Rat being a Chaos God because they look down at him. It's like, no, you're not. Go away. But the Skaven have... I forget what they're called. In Age of Sigmar, the Skaven move between the different planes by, like, I think they're called, like, Nor tunnels or something. They're like tunnels in reality where they undermine the various planes and move amongst them that way. But there is Skaven in Age of Sigmar. Have I finished the Skaven campaign of Vortex map? I think I got close. I haven't played much of the Vortex. I think the only campaign I finished on the Vortex campaign was Arkan the Blacks. Because I like Arkan. Bringing about the return of Nagash. It's a worthy goal, I suppose. I kind of wish you got a bit more of a ending for that campaign than that. It's just some, like, it's just, you know, a bit closer to Return of Nagash. It's like, yes. It's like the Doom's clock ticking 1 minute closer to the end, to 12 or something.
Ready.
Let's see. Oh. I could possibly deal with you? Actually, I can't, because you're in an awkward position. What's happening there? Who's attacking Massive Orcal? It's under siege? I can't tell. Oh, hello. Oh, it's Wild Herds. Okay, so it's just some beastmen sieging Massive Orcal. Cool. Now what am I going to do? Well, we got rid of Bordeleaux, and corruption's going up here. That's fine. I'd like to get Montfort and then possibly Parravon. We're not at war with Carcassonne, so I'm going to focus on Parravon. He thinks. Public order here is instability is 9, lack of corruption is -5, taxes is 4, events is 3. And an event which meant that we have higher public order issues.
I hunt.
I don't have to say it like that. Go to Carcassonne.
Who wishes the red kiss?
Go into Aquitaine.
Balls, track ahead.
My bloodline calls.
Force march to Castle Baston. And Malabord, you can go to here. How far can you go? Gonna move you back a bit. I'm going to ambush with you. See if I can draw him out. Oh, what's this? I should finish the ending for this game and campaign. Is very cool. I do kind of know what happens. Getting stuff from 1D4chan. I like reading that. It's very snarky and a lot of grump, but it's quite I find it quite entertaining. What do I get here? I don't really need anything in Lyonesse. Berkey Harbor, Marienburg. Yeah, build the bigger brazier or whatever is there. Okay, enter. Nope, and a lot of information about what happens to the Skaven at the Age of Sigmar. Yeah, a lot of like weird plane spreading tunnels that Skaven use in Sigmar. Vampire corruption building should be useful. Yeah, we got an upgrade which reduces the amount of public order issues we have. But increasing vampire corruption will be good because it will also cause problems for our allies. For our enemies, not our allies. Because all of our allies are vampiric. And it's not a problem for them. Actually be helping them. And we're just sitting here watching the armies of the blood dragons screaming in the middle of the Badlands. Ah! Oh, the Familiar are raiding another. I forgot about them. And Morrigan's trespassing again. Damn it, Morrigan, go away. That's got to be a full stack of Familiar, because they were moving from Agral Migdal, probably. I believe that's a Familiar settlement.
To stand before me and ask.
Yeah. No. Okay. How big's this army? It's smaller. I'm going to move you up to Arnau. If they're trying to take Arnau... Damn it, Morrigan. Oh, wait. Get Graveguard. Get the Black Knights. Go. Oh, hello. What are you doing, Kemler? Oh, you actually have a Tombstalker in your army, and a Barrow Ghost. Dire wolves and bats.
This better be important. I hunt. We are in agreement.
How far can you move? Move to there. Okay, you'll recruit that into your army. Oh, you actually kept the Black Grail Knights. That's fine. Yep. You go down and attack Gorsel, I suppose. Okay. End turn. I've heard enough two wheels. And the laugh wins. look at the trailer when announced it. That trailer is what Ikit Claw and Dehenowin is great. It's all a big reference to Predator. I do look forward to seeing what they do for the Chaos Dwarves. They'll do. Will they have the same dwarven accents? Will they go with like a Middle Eastern accent or something? Syrian accent? Because it's going to be like more fleshing out of the Chaos Dwarves than they've had in so long. Well, it's nice when Creative Assembly does these minor factions, because it's like expanding on the factions when they didn't get that much from Games Workshop. Chaos Dwarves were an army, but I think there's actually Chaos Dwarves in Age of Sigmar. Some, anyway.
To stand before me and ask proves
Defensive Alliance. Yeah, sure. For 1,000. I'm using the Chaos Dawi mod. I am. We've got the Chaos Dwarves. There should be Dawis around here somewhere. Every now and then there's an event which pops up saying that they're invading over the mountains. Though I haven't actually faced them. I think it also means that Chaos armies can spawn with some Chaos Dwarf units in them. Okay, move here. And raid. Ooh, actually, that's a good point. Because the men-at-arms aren't undead, they don't suffer from lack of vampiric corruption attrition. So you could make armies of peasants.
Bring me flesh to craft.
Have no problem that way.
Bats and wolves gather.
Where'd the familiar go? They just disappeared. They relish the opportunity.
my bloodline calls.
What else? Some peasants. And get a trebuchet. Sure.
I am a lord of
Oh look, you've got an army with 3 Pegasus Knights and some Royal Pegasus Knights in it. Knights, Errant Knights of the Realm, Questing Knights, and a lot of peasants. Yay! Flying Cavalry. Oh boy. But we have archers.
Expand Sylvania's borders.
You probably could actually go and take Massive Orcal. How's vampire corruption going up here? Not at all. Going up in Massive Orcal. Is that because of Baston? Yeah, it's because of Baston. Okay. Who's this? Oh, the Nameless. Right.
Can I help you? I hope.
I don't know where those Famia went. Hey, Famia. Do you want peace? You know, I'll probably just beat you easily.
I've been looking forward to this.
Brave to deal with bog demons. Yes. Okay. That's fine. End turn. We won't have to worry about them now. Because we got an agreement with them. There's a chance there's Chaos Dwarves that will get their faction through Mixu Unlocker at some point. I have been seeing talks about that. I hope they do get added somewhere. Since we have a bit of the Darklands over here, I could see them being added as like a one province or one region faction. Start off over there.
Greetings, brothers. What does my blood?
Yeah, this is for the mod. Military Alliance. Well, okay, you don't want to join my confederation. I'm playing on large unit sizes. I think so. I'm not playing on the largest unit size. Let me see. Unit size, large. Yep. Yep, just large. Not an ultra. I think because large is the default, and in at least Warhammer 1, I remember there was issues with increasing or decreasing the unit sizes with how much damage the spells deal. That probably fixed in the sequel, but I don't know. I should probably put textures for units on Ultra again, because I think some of the visual mods might be affected by it. I did see talk about that.
There is desperation in your.
Hello, what do you want? Peace treaty. Yeah, sure. You're not paying me anything, but I don't really want to have to deal with the Norskins at the moment. At least it's not an army with 10 range. I could deal with an army of 10 peasants. I mean, if it was 10 peasants, I could just ride it down with my cavalry. The flying cavalry is a pain. You can tie them down and deal with them. Ooh, Blade of Leaping Gold. Disciple of Amarash. Honor or death. What should I get? Wind of Death, I think. Or do I want to get Blade of Leaping Gold, because we've just gotten access to it. I mean, it's alright, but Wind of Death will help more. So, I think I'll put that off for a turn. Montfort, you don't have walls. Or garrison. What's the vampire corruption here? 40. That's not high enough to sustain us. Go here.
I will alone.
Go here.
Ready. I'll have your soul.
Actually, go here.
Dance macabre.
And
Follow me.
you can go there. You're within range of each other, aren't you? I believe so. Taggart, Stira. Ooh, you've got 3 armies here. Knights of the Realm.
You dishonor me.
Pegasus Knights.
I must keep my holy vow.
Passion de Parravon.
Now?
Marauders all. Darkness comes.
This
Esteban. You can get some more damn knights errant and what else? Let's actually get some heroes with you, because you're on your own. We can get a Banshee. Let's see. Cunning, poison attacks, weapon master for piercing damage, or perceptive. Leone Beast Spitter. And Leo or Jacques Dubois. We don't have enough money for either.
I hunt.
I want Leo. The fearsome White King Leo.
You dare.
Weisman's been raised. Hey, Vlad!
Come, sit by my side.
You don't want to join my confederation. Why is it decreasing? Oh, you don't like I have treaties with blood dragons? Huh. Why not? Oh. Odd.
My king, I am pleased
Yeah.
to stand before you.
Okay. You're not interested in anything, so there we go. Right. Just pretty much end turn. Another unit faction I can play as Citadel of Dusk. I did see that they got a update recently. I'd have to check at them to see what's different about them. Six archers with flaming arrows plus 4 mounted yeomen when I'm playing as barrel legions and the only cavalry. You hate models hex race. Or the enemy army is made up of skirmish cavalry. You're playing as the dwarves. That's not actually too problem because the dwarves just have armor and shields to deal with that. But it's still annoying because you can't catch them. You just have to sit there and take it. Listen to those happy goblins. Yeah. And the other one's like sneezing every now and then. It reminds me of a video when someone was playing as Skaven and they had the their lord on Screaming Bell or something on the campaign map, and when he was the turn speed was on high, I was sitting there and the bell was going gong 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 gong.
Do you need fresh troops?
Go down here, Donovan.
Ever vigilant.
Hello, Whistleland. Why are you here? Why are you trespassing, Whistleland?
Servant.
Well, you're not actually trespassing because you're going through Parravon's territory, but... Wait, you like them for that? Yeah, they've got military access with you. What are you doing? Who are you at war with?
Fiend, your presence here offends me.
Yeah. Rot Blood Tribe. Are you going after the Rot Blood Tribe? They were wandering around my regions. I mean, they're there now. Oh, they actually retreated from Montfort.
What?
Well now. Get Inspiring Presence. Or actually get Charisma and Persuasiveness.
This better be important. My bloodline.
And Red Duke. You can attack Montfort.
Raise them. Seas of blood.
Mousillon, Malabord.
This will do.
You can reinforce. Camless just sitting next to Gorsel. One more turn until we have enough population to level up this. We're not going to have enough
This night.
to purchase that level. there is a point of interest here, so let's have a look at that. I should have put my Banshee in my army. Those who escaped. What do we get? Razor Standard and Press Ganged. Well, the Razor Standard's nice. We didn't get any money though, and that was what I was hoping for. There's another point of interest there.
You dare!
You could get that. I'm glad you find it amusing. Loot the carcass. Okay, it's What have you got? Prowling Speck. Hellstorm rocket batteries. Or a Hellstorm rocket battery, a mortar, 2 Empire Knights, 2 handgunners, some huntsmen, is that? Yeah, huntsmen, spears, and 2 halberds. All with, 4... rank 4. With our army, which is mostly zombies. Oh, I could deal with that. We can also summon the Ghostly Knights, and we have access to fast-moving infantry. Fast-moving... what's it called? Fast-moving dogs and fellbats, so we can deal with artillery. Or at least keep them distracted long enough to be able to get within melee range. That's how I use the fellbats. Throw away units. Have I seen a mod called Overwhelming Chaos? No. I don't think so. There's a lot of mods which modify chaos and all that. Okay. Thank you. Get me a link. I like the zombie's got an axe in his head. I kind of wish the models in the game had like axes and arrows stuck in them. I've said before that was I have had a lot of fun modeling my zombies on the tabletop by sticking axes and arrows in them, cutting their heads off and all that, and having them all these in all these silly poses. In Warhammer, I feel like the zombies could look a bit better than they do. What's this? Overwhelming Chaos. Okay. A multiple part mod. I'll just have a brief look at this. It does. Adds a bunch of units to different Chaos Gods. Okay. Needs to add quite a bit. I like the look of some of the Zinch unit. Oh, it's a Chaos Dwarf unit as well. Sure. Maybe. Anyway. Zombies! And go there. You lot go there. You spread out behind the zombies. And I'm gonna have to be careful about you, Chiara, because you are just on foot.
Vampire!
Yeah, I don't want you over there. Go there. And you do there. Okay. Start battle. March. Bellbats and all that. Go up there. Empire Knights. Right. Hellstorm rocket battery. No! My units!
What?
Yes. What?
Yes!
Go deal with them. Hellbats, attack that mortar. Hellstorm rocket battery, attack that. You're going to die horribly, but while they're being attacked, they cannot attack. At least that's the idea.
Vampire! Find me if you dare!
Okay.
We are immortal! Vampire!
The knights predictably charge my zombies. Fools. Everyone's getting frenzied because I'm casting magic.
Join us! We are the new order!
Go there. Go there. You come down here. You move here. Catch those knights. Oh, that's sad. I don't get the, what's it called? I don't get the, thingamabob. What's it called? Van Hell's Dance Macabre. Lance formation. Lance! Okay. There. Vampires. What? Where? Here. Oh no, because she said, what? Yeah. It's daytime. She's up past her bedtime.
Noble of the night! Vampire!
Okay. Some more spooky ghost nights.
Magic!
Yes, remember them as you, I don't know, fight in a cruel mockery of what you once were. It feels a little cheap, just summoning these units onto the battlefield, but hey, you know. I'm not complaining.
Vampire!
Where are you?
I'm in your throne!
Oh, there you are. How are those Empire Knights going? Are you giving to the spooks? Go on, go away, victories. Oh, knights. Well, one of them died. Let's actually have a look at the Dark Prophetess. Yeah, I like the look of it. I like the effect of the red on the clothes. The red possibly could be a little bit darker. It's possibly a little bit bright, but in another way, I do actually kind of like the brightness of it. It makes the unit stand out. Rather than everything sort of being dull colours. Well, that looks good. She is carrying... Oh, she's carrying the blood cup. So she's using Isabella von Carstein's animations. She's got Vlad's sippy cup. Okay. In battle. You like how the Lord's heroes are kind of like Pokemon. They keep repeating their names. Yeah. They are like that. Blood! They have to keep saying it, otherwise they forget. There's like a lot of, called There's a lot of there's a lot of forgetfulness. Trying to think whether there's a character which doesn't actually call his name. I think they all do. I mean, it helps. It's so that you can tell what you've clicked on. Because even the infantry do it. Except the zombies don't, actually. And skeletons don't. So, units which actually can't talk don't. But units which can talk. Actually, not all of them. I think some of the units added in the DLC for some factions don't actually say what they are. Like, I feel like the war wagon for the Empire says, like, Outriders when you click on it, rather than war wagon. Okay. Return captives. And, ooh, 4,500 dark magic.
Yes, my sire.
Ooh. And you gotta level up! What can I get for you? You've actually got quite a large aura as it is. Okay, so you get two passives. You get the Madness of Dar as base, and then you get the Curse of Undeath along with that. I was wondering whether that would overwrite it, but nope. You get both of them. Okay. I suppose I'll keep putting points into your magic. At least until level 6 when you get Deathly Vigor. They actually do become kind of a good melee unit. A good, like, debuffing disruption melee unit. What can I do with this money? Actually, we could upgrade Marienburg when I go with it. Corone, we can upgrade too. Yes. Upgrade Corone, and we'll upgrade Marienburg at the same as well next turn. And that will be it for the moment. Montfort! We're going for time. Oh, fine. Do I want to auto-resolve this or do I want to play it? Does Montfort have a unique map? The madness of duh. It's a cool map. Auto-resolve. Do we lose anything important? Nope. Okay. Loot and occupy. Confident Besieger. And Lichborn. Lichbone Pennant. And Banner of Swiftness. Neat. Miriam, you can get... Get the hunger. Jaqen, you get... Windmaker, level 3. You're actually 2 levels away from being a immortal hero. I'm going to give you some stuff. I think I mentioned in an earlier episode, but I think a bunch of these followers you can give to your heroes don't actually affect when they give effects when they're put on heroes, though the game lets you do so. I seem to remember someone posting a list in the forums which went over them, or at least some of them saying that they don't actually give bonuses when they, even though you can place them. If I attack you, okay, I know what's going to happen. You're going to siege Montfort, and then you're going to attack Mellabord. And I'm not going to be able to get both my armies, so hop out of Montfort. Do that.
ever vigilant.
Okay, do that. Ooh, we can upgrade Fort Bergbury. Not right now. Enter. Not having too much problem doing this. There's a few large armies around, but it's not that much of a concerted effort from the Bretonnians. We hit them really hard early on. And it's still kind of early in the campaign. It's only like turn 50 or 6 or something like that. Or is it turn 60 something now? Kemmler's doing something. I think he just went to Gorsel to get the corpses. Carcassonne allied with Reichland. Great. Okay, so if I want to finish off Bretonnia, Carcassonne's going to draw the Empire into it. Ostland gets a military alliance with Hochland. I'm kind of surprised that... I mean, it's kind of obvious what Carcassonne wants to do. So I'm kind of surprised that the Empire would let itself get dragged into a war like that. At the same time... Oh. What?
I'll have you speak now.
Why's a Parravon army up there? No. You're chaos. I'll go so far with you, but no further. Why is there a Parravon army near Marienburg? What are you doing there? Okay.
Bats and wolves, gather.
Tacket Stirrer.
They will serve.
Well, can't defeat you with the army I've got there.
More sleep shines.
Esteban would probably be able to deal with you. His army's a bit better. Skeletons and zombies. Okay, move down. Upgrade Marienburg. And you didn't attack me. Parravon has got walls, reinforced walls, which is going to be a problem because that gives them foot squires. Men-at-arms, polearms, spearmen-at-arms, bowmen, knights in the realm, and Pegasus knights in the field trebuchet. Just better units. They've got their smaller army in the walls.
You dishonor me.
I kind of want to get a third army over here.
Ready. Yes.
Hey, Chiara, do you feel like kicking some Parravon butt?
I must keep my holy vow. No!
Undeath ascendant.
If I get them, I move you over here.
Moving.
Get 2 more units of skeletons.
This night.
Red duck. Do I want to wait and let you recover your units? Those men-at-arms, polearms. Don't have enough money to replace them with anything else.
It is night.
I would like another field trebuchet. I've only got one.
Important.
This also gives them the carcasses on their towers.
My bloodline calls.
Okay. Attack Parravon. Keep this. We'll keep this trainer rolling. Yeah. Put the Lichbone Pennant on the damned Knight's Errant. 25% physical resistance, magic resistance. Okay. We're probably not going to wait here for a turn. I want you to go... Which army's which? Okay, there. Go here.
My thralls track ahead.
And we can do to them what they would certainly have done to me.
Kill them, raise them.
Chase off one of their armies. Because the AI is a coward. You fool! You just damned your city.
Seas of blood.
Okay. Feels a little cheaty, but AI does it to me. And if they're not... I do feel in that situation, they should stay and fight. Because it's a capital. It's a unique map. Ooh. Let us fight. The armies of the undead march upon Parravon. Under cover of night, or possibly just dusk. Battle at La Maison Tal Abbey? Hang on, but this is Parravon, isn't it? We're in the right place, aren't we? Yeah. I knew I should have taken that right turn to Albuquerque. Is this a map for Parravon, is it? Or is this a map for La Maison Tal Abbey? I mean, it kind of makes sense for it to be a Parravon map because it's Bretonnia. It gives it a lot of space for their knights to ride around. Which is something I always felt that they should have. Because cavalry is such a big part for Bretonnia. Maybe it's Parravon? I don't know. Anyway, it's still a neat map regardless. Ow! Renaud! Renaud gives us the bird. That's an emote I should have. Renaud's middle finger. Taking that from the Vermintide community. Okay, there. More knights over here. Vargolf. Our trebuchets. You can... I'll actually put you near the damn Knights Errant. Because you give an aura, which increases their physical... what's it called? Ward save. And... Actually, I also had another thought. Do this. Go over here. We'll spread them out. Can I attack these walls? Are these walls destroyable? Those walls are. So I can break through the sides of the walls. That's kind of awkward, but okay. So I'd have to put this over here. Fine. This actually makes the siege a bit better because they don't have as many towers as they would otherwise. Okay, also put you off fire at will. Right. Also, they don't. They don't have as much room on the walls. Attack that fort. Attack that wall. Yeah, they put most of their infantry over here, but they'll just march some of them over here. Ugh. Look at our endless hordes of undead arriving on the map. And they've propped the gates open nicely for us with their stakes. Okay. Get these skeletons. That. And there. The shit like that, I suppose. Doesn't really matter. Okay. Zombies there. Skeleton warriors there. Skeleton spears there. You lot. Find them. And you three. There. There we go. Motherboard's also actually on a flying mount. I can't forget that. Okay, how's that wall coming? 36%. Ooh. Ooh. Yes, that's right. I have Wind of Death now. I wonder how it'll work in this area. Will it, like, bounce around like crazy off the walls? I'm kind of tempted to see. It'll probably hit this and go, woo, up there or something. I don't know if that's an attribute you have to put on the walls, or whether it's just something walls do inherently. So if I cast it like this. Wind of Death. Come on. Any moment now. Okay, you didn't feel like casting it. What about here? There we go. Boink! Hey! Pretty fun. Okay. Climb the walls. Peasant archers. Go there. Hey! They're coming out the gates! Can't do that. Well, yay! We killed some more with that. Does it actually have a kill count for you? 109. Not too bad. Do you have any trebuchets or anything anywhere? Up there, but I'm not going to put Malabord all the way over there. He's not anti-large. Do you have an anti-large bonus? No, just armor piercing. Aha! The gates are down. Or the wall is down and bloody work can begin. Okay, charge through. There is a nice little realm, anti-large. It's only lost if you think it's lost. So it is lost. Please think that it's lost. Why are you having so much trouble dealing with a few peasants? Go, go, Vargolf, you big, hairy sod, you knob. Smack. I like that he picks them up. Like, oh, hello. Yoink. Bam! But you're getting attacked by anti-large now, so I'm going to have you go over here. Get in there. Vargolf, push through, please. Oh, good lord. All those knights in a row.
Swiftly.
They're all anti-large, we're anti-large.
All men,
It's just...
we fight for Bretonnia!
you kind of do.
Shields! Oi! For the king!
Go over there. Heal them. Okay. Attack that. Climb the walls. Should have been doing that a bit before. Go over there. No. You and you. Go over there. Could Malabord help?
Vampire!
Not really. Doesn't have any area of effects
It's an honor!
abilities.
Leg it!
Ooh, we got some more units. Zombies. How's it going? We're possibly doing good. Maybe.
For the lady! Bretonians attack!
Yep. Attack those defensive stakes. Oh, look at that. The colors of Parravon and the colors of Mousillon are actually really close to each other. They're both yellow and black.
The lady's blessing is lost! Sorry, traitors!
Okay. There goes the gate. The gates are unstuck. I kind of want to march you out so that we can get through there. Retreat! Maybe they'll follow you out. Argolf, go over there so you don't get caught by the first thing. No. Gates are destroyed. Ooh. Charge through. Oh, there's only one place you can climb the walls there. Can't. Oh, you can climb there. Okay, you can climb there, but there's no, the ladders don't appear. Okay. Actually, hang on, they're putting up 5, they're putting up 5 ladders. I thought they could only put up 4. Oh no, they're putting up 5 there as well.
Vampire!
Maybe it's just the segments of wall are usually only 4 ladders wide. Where is Malabord? There he is. Oh, zombies. Come on. Poke. Cool. There's the armies of the undead fighting in the background there. There's a nice. Bit closer. Yeah. Go.
Paladin of Bretonnia!
Ooh. Hey, they actually came out of the walls. Fools!
Order of the Blood Dragon.
We will tear you apart.
I'm
Yeah, you are. Did I just hear a bonk?
Vampire Lord.
Someone like
Fighters!
bonked someone over the head with a stick or something. Okay. Knights errant. Ah, those aren't anti-large. Get in there.
Get away!
Knights of the Dark. Night has fallen. Strike them.
That's a double pun. Knights have fallen.
Yes.
There is Knights of the Realm here, but... Eh.
Awaiting orders!
Also. Icon of Devotion. Actually, hang on. Let me check something. Oh yeah, that doesn't affect undead. Oh. Oh.
Ready!
It affects our peasants. It should? The men-at-arms should get the Icon of Devotion, shouldn't they? How does it come into effect? Constant, around self. Affects allies in range. Instantly affects targets in area. I don't have to cast it. 40-meter range.
Shields! Oi!
Yeah, it should be affecting you.
Clear out!
You're there.
My lord?
Yeah, it's not actually affecting you.
On duty!
That might be something to look at. What? Oh. There's a paladin up there. Okay. What's over here? Okay. Do that. Charge in. I don't really want you to climb the walls. There's a gate you can go through. Have we not captured the gate? We have not captured the gate.
I thirst.
Maybe we have. Okay, you just marched right through it without a problem.
Find me if you
I suppose you were just having problems because of so many units trying to get through the gates at once. What? They did a sneaky. They're gonna wish they didn't. Knights of the Realm. Knights Errant, defensive stakes.
We must have blood.
They like chanting, fight, fight, fight.
vampire.
Cast. That of the Knights of the Realm.
Blood magic.
You can't fight against us.
I drink their blood. Blood these lies. I go. Vampire.
Hey, move off the walls, you lot. You can charge over there. The two spear units, however. Position yourselves like this.
Your desire
Oh, get stuck in. You're vampires. You can deal with a bit of combat.
I'm in your thrall.
Summon another unit of...
Blood magic.
Actually... Come to think of it, no, I can't summon that because I have a max size army, don't I? I was wondering why it was letting me cast it. I was thinking, surely... If, surely if I wouldn't be allowed to cast it, it would just stop me from casting it.
Defenders of the realm! Attack!
Apparently it just sort of tries to cast it, but doesn't do anything. Okay. Those Knights of the Realm are shattered.
Ready for battle!
You go over there. Hey, and they flee. As they should. You can't win against our deathless hordes.
Knights!
Pretty fun. Oh yeah, we didn't even have to fight their Pegasus Knights. They're all just flying away. They didn't even get into the battle. Oh dear. Go away, you oversized pigeons. Look at this carnage. So many dead knights. On both sides. Oh. Golf can't catch them. Go over there. Catch them. Catch them.
Honor the lady! Orders!
Are you getting there? Yeah. No, you're not.
I go!
Oh, that's a field trebuchet's crew.
The lady's blessing is lost!
More than you would know.
We obey!
Hey, Vargolf. You actually healed back up to full health. Okay, end turn. Decisive victory! Or end battle. Acceptable losses. 138 kills for the Red Duke, mostly for the Wind of Death, I'd imagine. 65 for our Ghostly Knights, 103 for the Black Blood Knights. They suffered a fair bit of damage, but they did end up coming out top. 32 for the Black Grail Knight. 1, 11, 32 for the Vargolf. It's not really a good place to use him though, with all the anti-large. Don't like throwing him in against pole arms and all that. Seems like a bit of a waste. 192, 141 for those men-at-arm units. Wow, they did good. I'm really impressed by that. Considering they're just men-at-arms. I mean, they do have the mutant ability. So, yeah. And a nice amount of money. Everyone's dead. Who got the most kills on their side? Oh, they only had one unit of Pegasus Knights. That's right, because their army was all the Pegasus Knights fled. And wasn't the one in the settlement. 21, 24, 10, 21, 26. Okay. Loot and occupy. Lovely. And we now own Parravon. And Cassian de Parravon has... what? He's just sitting around like a berk outside the walls. He let his castle fall, rather fleeing himself, rather than facing down our hordes of undead.
Undeath ascendant.
He calls himself a knight, possibly even a Grail Knight, but in his heart he knows that this is a lie. He would have actually have lost the Blessing of the Lady on his army if he had it. Because that's a thing which the Bretonnians get. If they win battles, they get the Blessing of the Lady on their army. But if they flee from a battle, they lose the blessing. Though he gets it permanently because he's a Grail Knight, but their army loses the benefits of it. So they actually become weaker. A battle. As Bretonnia. I'm going to get... I don't know. Break corruption. The enfeebling foe. I don't really like Penumbral Pendulum. It's a good spell, but it's very narrow, and it's sort of... I feel for that, it's sort of specific. Front lines have to be very straight to get best usage out of it. Okay, that Gargoyle Sculptor's Garret. Some gargoyles are fashioned by sculptors. Others just appear, as if they flew there themselves. That's not actually a gargoyle unit in Warhammer Fantasy Battles. I think there was a gargoyle unit for, like, Heroes Quest. But, a board game, but... I don't think any army actually used, like, gargoyles. Vampire Counts might have used gargoyles really early on. But I'd be just guessing on that. Get vampire crits. Odd that it doesn't cause vampire corruption. But it's not a corruption building, so... Ghost Fence. Snort. Great Montfort. I upgrade something else with this 400 rather 4,000 rather than Bordeleaux in the positive. Leoness. Upgrade to the Murky Harbor.
Soon I'll be powerful.
Get that. Get them. There we go. Okay, with those Vermeer gone, you can move back down here. I could actually move you to attack Cassian.
This better be important.
But
Who wishes the red kiss?
and you could reinforce him, but you'll still be tired. Do that. Okay. He's already fled once, so I don't think he can flee again. Gives us equal chance. But I feel fairly good about our chances. He has 4 units of ground cavalry. Let's see, questing knights, which are armor piercing, knights of the realm, 2 units which are anti-large, knights errant. All the Pegasus knights are anti-large. The Royal Pegasus knights are perfect vigor, along with Cassian himself. Although we do have a lot of zombies. I like what they've done for Cassian de Parravon face. I don't know which model he's using there for that. Looks really good. Okay. Where go? Actually, we can have a airborne duel. Cassian de Parravon isn't anti-large either. Just got armor piercing. Whose stats are better? Cassian de Parravon versus Malabor the Black Serpent. Cassian has more hit points. He has more armor. He has less leadership, less speed, less melee attack, less melee defense, more weapon strength, and a higher charge bonus. He's also got perfect vigor. Though he also doesn't have, Malabord also has magical resistance, which is going to help him in that battle, because how high is magic resistance? Oh, it's only 15%. Vanguard deployment, immune to psychology, and blessing of the lady, plus 20% physical resistance. You don't have physical resistance. You have false grail blessing, which gives you regeneration, which was so useful. Also, wretched son of Bretonnia, which gives you essentially frenzy. And also Scarecrow Banner. But you're surrounded by the rest of your Pegasus Knights, so I'm not going to be dueling you with you in the air because, you know, Malabord would be kicked out of the sky by lots of giant flying pigeons. Okay. Do that. And there. There. And you go there. The Bastardiers of Chalons are going to be quite useful. They have poison on them. Okay, and zombies. Zombies go there. Zombies go there. Zombies go here. This is where stakes would be useful. Alas, we do not have stakes. Okay, you can hide in the forest if possible. This is how you hide 90 knights in a small forest. Just cram them all in there. Oh, the crypt horrors can't hide in the forest. They're too big. The knights are not too big, but the crypt horrors are. Okay, there and there. There we go. So they're probably going to come and attack us. Also, we have our reinforcements. We are attacking you, but since I believe you have the advantage in the battle, you're probably going to come to me. Yeah, it looks like it. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, good. Oh, you fools. Okay, slow them down. Oh, lovely. Go and attack. Cassian. You, Grail Knight, I challenge you to a duel. There's a Royal Pegasus Knights. Let's have a good image of Cassian and Malabord fighting each other. If he'll turn around... Well, you just ruined the photo op chance there. With a literal photo bombing.
Support Nagash.
Clear out!
And I have their blood.
That was the weakest charge I've ever seen. They just like wandered up and bumped into them lightly.
Master. With haste.
We serve our liege!
Zombies? Move on. Knights errant. Charge! Oh, Knights of the Realm. There just seems to be a lot more of them now. Skeleton warriors. Charge. Skeleton spears go there. Skeleton spears. Yeah, I don't know. You go over there. There. What are these? These are questing knights. You can charge them. They're not anti-large. Go there. Go up here. What are you archers attacking currently? Ooh, we have another unit of crypt horrors. Are you attacking Pegasus Knights? You are, perhaps. Well, attack them. They're the biggest threat at the moment. We can just envelop the infantry, the other cavalry, so.
Fill 'em with holes!
Okay, move down here. I know you're all tired, but... Oh. Alaboard! Uh-oh.
The Von Carstein's march. Blood magic.
Oh boy, I forgot that. Casting a spell with my Dark Prophetess causes frenzy for everyone. Malabord might be about to bite the dust here. A really interesting debuff you have to watch out for.
Archers! Aye! Fire! Come on, lads! Get stuck in! Let's have 'em! Bloody
Zombies and stuff, just go over here. You have to protect our flanks from them so that they can't, like, hit my guys. Malabord! Get out! Kill him again.
Blood frenzy.
Oh, jeez. Good, you're out. Bam! And straight into battle with Cassion. Go. There's a neat duel. Stab. Like stabbing his horse in the neck. Let's see it from here. So, hey, that's pretty cool. We've got our damsel. Ooh, yeah, that direction. That's better. Except the lance is in the way of her. There we go. That's pretty cool. The Dark Prophetess standing in the distance, surrounded by the cheering undead, as Cassion gets pierced by the lance of Malabord. That's pretty cool. Or maybe a little better angle. There. Yeah, I like that skeleton in the front there cheering. It's like, yeah! That's pretty cool. I like that. Okay. Yes, I'm getting images for screen for the thumbnails. Gotta get them from somewhere. I could take screenshots. I just take them from the. What are you doing? You're just hovering around. Go over here. They're actually all fleeing. Jeez. There goes Cassian to Parravon. And victory. Can I count how many units I have in my army? If I cast this.
We are immortal.
Okay, we actually had enough.
We serve the lady. To glory.
Malabord is enraged because of my Dark Prophetess casting spells. Okay, turn that off. And ride down these remnants. Charge! Ooh, I never noticed that. They have like a ghostly sound to them. It's very subtle. There's like a spooky howling going on when you're following along, when you're near the damn knights. It's kind of cool.
For the king. For the lady.
All these kills, and nobody's going to get a benefit of it. Ah! Poke. I wonder if you could make it so that the ghostly knights had like a spooky cloud around them. I suppose you could, but it might slow things down too much. Look at this hill. Look at all these dead knights and Pegasus knights and... Actually a pretty good location to have the battle. On this hill here. Have we had a look at these guys? No, we haven't. These guys look creepy. Squad of old men with helmets. Okay. End battle. Decisive victory. Ah. Malabord got 11 kills. Cassian got 15. However, Malabord dueled Cassian and came out the stronger, even though he nearly died to being enveloped by cavalry. Their cavalry got more kills, though. We just overwhelmed them with our numbers. Ooh, I like this mod. Channeling stance. Spreads something. Attrition? Have a look at it after we come back from this? Let's see. 788. Fine. Oh no, we lost a unit of zombies. Oh dear. And Cassian de Parravon is dead. Old age and treachery will always beat youth and exuberance. Speed plus 10% for all units in Lord's army. Haha. And Banner of the Barrows. Woven from the wind and the cold, the chill of this banner touches the hearts of those who stand before it, sapping their will and ability to fight. Melee attack plus 6 for assigned unit. I don't know if I've actually seen that banner before. Is that a new one?
What do you want?
You can get Charisma and Persuasiveness level 2. And you lost a unit of zombies. Get another unit of zombies back. I know zombies are weak, but
Who wishes the red cliff?
if I can make use of the zombies during a battle, better than having a better unit, because I'm, like, keeping an army on the cheap. Do I want to go out to Soul Seeker, Soul Stealer, Wind of Death? Or do I want to go for Deathly Vigor? Perfect Vigor is nice, but maybe not right now, because you're not focusing on melee.
Ready.
You dare?
Okay, and... Ooh, okay, let's have a look at this mod. This is... Oh, right, Channeling Stance spreads corruption. There's a... maybe. Possibly. It kind of makes sense. I don't know how often... I mean, Channeling Stance for the Vampire Counts is nice because it increases your replenishment. Or it enables replenishment. I feel the problem with it is that because you have 50% campaign movement range to adopt it, even though you can attack while you're in Channeling Stance, the enemy don't tend to get within range of you. The AI always avoids getting in battle with you by staying away. And anyway, sort of have to bait it into getting close to you by ambushing. Means you can't go into channel stance? I don't know. Anyway. What do I do? So, I say these things and I'm not even sure about my own reasonings for them. I'd have to spend more time thinking. While I'm streaming, my mouth is often running without consulting my brain first, completely.
I am a lord of Bretonnia. Never.
I couldn't defeat that army. Okay. Well, after that, we have Parravon. We'll be getting Quenelles next. Massive Oracle is still there. And then there's Castle Carcassonne.
Those who displease me do not live to tell of it.
You're not going to become a vassal, most likely. So we're just going to have to beat you. Ooh, actually, because we have Parravon, we're going to be able to get a new Regiment of Renown, aren't we? After conquering Parravon. Okay, not for just controlling Parravon. Ooh, and we've got another Blood Kiss. The dwarves seem to be pushing against the greenskins now. And we'll have this turn flip over, and then I think I'll call it for the stream. Since, well, getting late. I'm glad we got peace with the Familiar. I didn't have to waste time fighting their army to keep Gorsel. They just moved up there and then we were just like, peace? And they're like, okay. So I suppose they're wandering back to their province now. I do like the mod which adds these smaller armies everywhere on the map, but I do kind of think it has reduced the turn time speed. I don't know whether that's just because there's a bunch of the extra small armies around the place. The AI is possibly having to consider what it's going to do with them around the world. I don't know, it shouldn't, I don't think, because it's the calculations which are faster. It's not just because there's more factions. So, I don't know. Serve in life or in death. Fear is a great motivator. The living within the captured settlement must appease their new lord. Income from repression buildings plus 15%. Growth plus 10. Good, our predicted income is nearly 3,000 per turn. And after that we're getting Blood is Power. Or plus 50% income from cities. Well, there's more growth, I believe. Who's this? Tricky Rado. Yeah, there's the Familiar. And there's a there's a Sylvanian army.
My bloodline calls.
Oh, Bloodkeep got taken.
Start the war.
Well, so much for the Blood Dragons. Their martial prowess was nothing against Night Goblins.
This night.
Night Goblins are vicious. Parravon's returning back home. Caron is leveling up in 2 turns. Marienburg in 3 turns. Honish Kemmler is sitting around. Karabberg is still owned by Sylvania. It is right there. And nobody has attacked it and taken it.
Now stand before.
Sylvania isn't even at war with anyone. They're at war with Puppets of Chaos, Night Goblins, and Feral Herds. They're not at war with the Empire or anyone. What about Vlad von Carstein? What about the von Carsteins? Oh.
Children of my blood.
Yeah.
Darkness, fellow beatless.
I don't know.
Comes.
How may I serve?
Yeah. I can't confederate the Blood Dragons.
You dare. I am always open to
Trade agreement.
following the course of unlife. Please, let's discuss plans.
Here we go. Okay, we got a trade agreement with the Barrow Legion. Money. Hey, that's making us a fair bit. Yeah, like 500. The only faction we're trading with, just because they're right there. But yes, that will be it for this session, I think. What's going else in the world? Escape of Light's still owned by Skaven. Tabaro's still there. Magritta and Bilbali are still owned by Estalia. Maragliano and Lucchini are still owned by Tylia. Sartosa is still Sartosans. Pirates. That's still owned by them. Helman Gorst is currently in Myrmidons for whatever reason. Daxil and Karak Bufdar are owned by the Broken Nose. The Empire hasn't started confederating too much. Telebakland is confederated into the Empire. Salzamund. They're suffering from attrition. Really suffering from attrition in the Laurelon Forest. What's going on here? No, that's all held by Ostermark. I don't know what's happening up there. Can we see, like, vampiric corruption over the world? Heavy here, of course, and spreading into the Empire. Over there. That's still there. Is that just... Oh, that's ruins. Okay, so that's just background corruption. Okay, there's a bit there and there, but that's vampire coast. Oh, wait. There's some up there? Why is there vampiric corruption up in Palace of Ruins? There's no vampire factions up there. That is vampiric corruption, isn't it? Yeah, it is. That's not because of our... No, that's not because of our spreading corruption across the sea. Because this middle sea only goes to here. So it doesn't spread over to the Shagrath or anything like that. And it's heavier inland. Oh, hang on. Shade Wraith, Vangeist. Okay, that's why it happens, because they start here. Right. They're still around, and apparently they're doing quite good if that's like it there. Okay. What about else? Chaos Corruption. Yeah. It's about the same. As usual. Heavy in the Badlands. That would be from the Familiar. And Skaven. Not much at all. Still down in Austria though. And spread out over here. Looks like Clan Eschen has spread out. What's our most profitable regions? Yep. Okay, anyway. As I said. Save it. It's because it spawns them each turn. Because of the slow turn time for the factions. Okay. I suppose actually, yeah, that could be the reason, because it's checking each faction's provinces. Whether they have like the what's it called? Whether their regions have the potential to spawn an army. I mean, it's not... I don't think it's as bad as it was before. It's still a little annoying. The mod is a nice idea, and I like it for the little armies it spawns everywhere. This is multiple mods, also, made by the same mod author. Do I have... Well, I have them written down. I don't have the mod author's name. I mentioned it last time, though. Oh, that's not good enough. Let me go and get it. An indel, that's it. Thank you very much. Or at least something like that. Let me just double check. I'm pretty sure it's an indel. And the mods are Chaos Camps, Insidious Corruption, the Chaos Within, those Savages. So I did have Gates of Chaos written down, but I don't think I ended up getting that one. Yes. Let me just have a look. I will... Could you move any slower, Steam? Come on. Jeez. Okay. Scribe mods. And Insidious Corruption. Let's have a look. Yep, an indel. So it's a good series of mods. I like that it adds the small armies, as I said. The turn time being a bit longer is unfortunate. And I don't know how you get around doing that. I know the way the mod works, I think, is based on percentage chances. Like, based on corruption, it's like... 10% corruption is like 10% chance to spawn an army or something like that, I think. But if it's checking every turn, and I think it has to be above 50% corruption for it to actually spawn an army based on that. But for other ones like the forest goblins, the beastmen, and so on, I don't know. Anyway, that will be it for this session of Warhammer 2 Total War Mousillon. Thank you for joining me.